tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Hey, 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 bro. Gazo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't uploaded in a while. Going through some personal things, and I'm on my way to work. And so I decided to just come in and pop in and just chit chat, shoot the breeze. First of all, I really would like that my people of color, to somewhere in their resolution, if they has New Year resolutions and goals. If you haven't, it's still not too late to put New Year's resolutions and goals. But my number one thing is there is a lot of bull ass going on in this world. A lot. And we need to not be a part of that BS. And what I'm talking about is these reality shows that put us in a bad light, all the way from Married to Medicine, and that is my show. But there are some things that go on that show that in my mind I'm like, that is not doctor behavior, that is not professional behavior. Because I don't know the doctors have the same rules as nurses, but that type of behavior is not tolerated while at work or off of work or outside of work. You can be reported to the board for that type of disgusting behavior. And people look up to these doctors and dental surgeons, or whatever, psychiatrist, OBGYN, dental surgeon, etc. And they're like, they look up to them and think, oh my gosh, I can do that too. But can people look at you without all that extra silly shenanigans? The shade is cute, is fine, whatever. The extraness with the fighting and square up, and I'm like speechless, honestly, because I'm just like, how does Dr. Let me say this with Dr. Heavily. And I am not going to be a person that review these shows. This is just something that is on my mind that's been weighing heavily on me. Dr. Heavily, the things you say are so vile and disgusting, it's ridiculous. You need to learn how to use your words in other ways versus going to the depths of hell to say the things that you say.
In 2 miles, take I-5 north on the left.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me. The mama, I'm 50, I'm your age. If you're not, we're about the same age, and I don't even use that term. I don't care. I grew up on it. I don't use that term. And I would think as you grow older and mature, certain words would leave your vocabulary. When you get into a disagreement, there's other ways you can, use words that can hit just as deep. For sweet tea, right now I don't really know what for her being from Texas, you're not doing the best
In 1 mile,
representation
take I-5 north on the left.
for me, because honestly, you do have, and maybe that's what Dr. G wanted, someone that's younger that can keep him feeling young. You have childlike behavior as well, but you also seem to like liquor a little too much. But my main thing with you is you keep calling these people old, and you are married to a man that's old as well. Make that make sense to me, because that does not make sense to me. You are married to an old
Take I-5
man
north on the left.
who, as he says, he's older than me, about to be 60 in a couple of years. So stop using that word, because honestly, it's offensive to me, and I know it's offensive to them. But then in my mind, I'm like, you better hope that you make it to be.
In 2 miles, keep left onto US 101 north.
You better hope that you make it to be able to say that, you're 50 whatever, and you have good health, or whatever the case may be. You need to just stop it, and you need to just stop allowing Dr. Heavenly to get under your skin. Okay, y'all don't like each other. You can be cordial and still be on the same show. That's point blank, period. Because whether you realize it or not, you are still viewed as the outsider of the cast. Those girls have been together for years, with the exception of Dr. Contessa, who came like later, a few years later, and then left for a year or two, and then decided to, you finna just run your ass over here, huh? I can't stand you, and you not even from California, driving ignorant. Okay, woosah, low range, no. We ain't doing that this year. We're not doing that this year. We're not doing it. Anyway, you're viewed as an outsider. Not only are you viewed as an outsider, one thing I will say is I feel like Heavenly says what the rest of the group is thinking, which is you're not on that level, educational wise, financially wise. So I think for you need to start either reading off your accolades, your accomplishments that you've had. And, I don't know if you were in the, one of the branches of services or National Guard or whatever. You need to read off your accolades, because ain't now one of them had to, be in the forefront of anything. And just work on your delivery when it comes to the get back. You're not quite there. And being a Texan, I don't know how long you've been gone from Texas. We got comebacks. We got that dozen and everything else. We got that. And I need you to call your fellow person in Texas, Houston, Dallas, Austin, whatever, and help you with some comebacks. And that's on that. Dr. Contessa, don't think what you whine too much. You get on my nerves. You're so worried about what the other people think and wanting to make everybody feel a certain way when it comes to Dr. Heavenly. They know what Dr. Heavenly do. Just because they don't hold her accountable in a way that you want her to be held accountable. And that's just what it is. You don't know what they do together. You don't know what they do off cameras. You don't know. But just know you just came back to the show. I don't know what your relationships were outside of the show. They kept up with you or anything like that, because you left to become a bodybuilder. And then you came, I'm assuming also to work on your marriage. And then you came back. You're kind of an outsider a little bit too. A little bit. But the whining and, oh look, see, I'm tired of y'all not having Dr. Contessa accountable. This is the problem. Listen, like I said, you don't know what they discuss with you, with Dr. Heavenly. So please get over it. Yes, Dr. Heavenly was dead as wrong. And trust me, the depths of where she goes will come back 10 times fold. I don't know, y'all. You don't need to see it. You don't know what's happening in her personal life, but it will come back 10 times fold, because you can't be saying these ugly things and not feel no more remorse or guilt for the stuff that you said. Phaedra. I love Phaedra. I didn't like what happened on Housewives, but then to learn more about that and how that come to be, I kind of forgave her. Now I forgave her. That freaking King Reigns, that man needs to be put out of business, because all he wants is trashy ass reality shows, and I am tired of them.
Keep left onto US 101.
I am tired of them. I'm tired of the world looking at us as a just freaking buffoonery acts. It's ridiculous. Like, y'all need to do something.
Continue on current road.
He's not over that,
miles.
but he is over the other whatever, married to
in 2 miles.
Love and Marriage,
Keep left
Huntsville.
onto US 101 North.
But Phaedra, you're very smart. I'm glad that you have left, because again, you're an outsider, and they do a lot of talking. I don't know what the friendship is with you and with Quad, but I don't know, based on this upcoming episode. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm happy that you're getting away from there and you're going back to Love and Marriage. I mean, Love and Marriage, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I don't know how much you can revive the show, because honestly, I feel like they need to bring back Nene. They need the whole ensemble from what made the chemistry before. But we'll see what happens. But I'm glad you're leaving that show, especially to see how they talk about you behind your back. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, if you didn't pay that money, which I can't see that you would not have paid that money, then you're wrong. But I don't think that's your character to do a thing like that. And then who else? Dr. Simone is Dr. Simone. I think that's pretty much it. But my point is, I would like for us in 2025, with the climate that we are in, and the things that are probably going to be happening, and is to me, listen, I'm not gonna. What he's in double hockey sticks? Do I even remember coming this way? Oh gosh, I swear to God. Anyway, how far I got left to go to work? Oh, 6 miles. So last time I probably kept messing myself up. Huh. That's crazy. Sent me to work a whole hour before. Okay, cool. I just need us as a whole community, black people, to make some changes. Because some changes are going to happen with or without us. And I think we need to make some changes as how we are viewed on television, in real life. I need us to stop freaking blanking us, because that's stupid as HE double hockey sticks. I don't see anybody going and blanking the person that has oppressed us in the past. And I'm sorry, that's
Keep
just
left onto
my
US
opinion. I'm not saying
101 North.
going to do that, but I'm saying, how do you have so much hate for your own person, your own blood, your own person that has the same skin color, which tells me you still are operating under that spell that was cast years and years and years and years and years and years ago by the slave maker. I can't think of his name right now, but it will come to me. But basically, he pretty much gave a book. I'm gonna look this up because I really want y'all to go and okay. And I don't even have my glasses. I'm just going to... His name is Willie Lynch. We
In
are still...
1.4 miles, keep left onto US 101 North.
Yeah, y'all, we are still operating with the Willie Lynch mentality. And when I tell you, it's like down to a T. It's down to a T. And I'm going to see if I can read this to you guys, because I don't have my glasses with me. They're in my backpack. It was given by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. We're in 2025. 1712. He was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He traveled to the colonies of Virginia to teach his methods to slave owners there. And I want to help you solve the problem. He said, I'm here to help you solve the problems with slaves. Your invitation Don't do that to me now. Reach me on the Modest Plantation in the West Indies, where I have experienced with some of the newest and still the oldest methods of control of slaves. So technically we may be free, but mentally we're not. A lot of us, because we're still practicing and using these things that were taught, and we need to break that cycle. So it goes, let me get direct to the speech. Comments not people wrong, blah, blah, blah. In the bag I have a foolproof. He says, in my bag I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. years. And I think it's still, we're past the 300 years. It says, my method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for the control, purposes. These methods have worked on my Modest Plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South for you. So he goes on to say, take this simple little list of differences and think of them. On top of my list is age, but there's only because it starts with A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status of plantations, attitudes of owners, whether their slaves live in the valley, on a hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair. I should give you an outline of action, and before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, envy is stronger than adulation, respect or admiration. The black slaves are receiving an indoctrination shall carry on and will become self-refueling, self-regenerating for hundreds of years and maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male. The young black male against the old black male. You may use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves. The light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have white servants and overseers.
Keep left
who
on
distrust
US 101
all
North.
blacks. But it is the necessity that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust us only. Gentlemen, these kids are just keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used
Continue on current
if
road for
used
about 3
intensely for
miles.
1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen. And then it goes, and he says, let's make a slave. It goes even deeper than this, but I'm not going to read this whole thing. You can go look up the Willie Lynch letter and the making of the slave. And I can pretty much tell you we're doing exactly what he said, what he instilled into slaves a long time ago. Still doing it to this day. Still doing it to this day. Until this day, you have your light skin who believe they're better than dark skin, no matter in every aspect, looks, what they can offer. You have men that choose light skinned women over dark skinned women. You have the young, the black, envious of their own black race. So far that we are knocking each other off left and right. So how do we fix this? There's just not one answer on how we fix it. I just know it has to be fixed. And one way of fixing this is to take back our power. Stop watching the trashy negativity of reality TV, because that is my thing. Of reality TV, all these YouTube channels that want to do talk about, you know, the life and death of somebody. Anything that is negative, the people you're around that's negative, you will never succeed in life. And I can tell you this from my personal experience. In 2019, I don't know what it was for me, that there was a shift, but there was a shift. And my drive was not a drive anymore. And maybe it could have been because of the vid.
In 2 miles, take exit 6A on the right to Vermont Avenue.
Maybe it could have been, you know, because of the, like everything, you know what I'm saying? But then I had to like sit back towards the end of the year and like just kind of look at my life. And I know the one thing that I did that I never did so much was watch television, YouTube. I'm not saying don't watch YouTube. I'm saying limit it. Not make it an everyday thing. And then maybe not look at those that want to talk negative about death or just limit it. Limit that stuff so that you can make your goals and you can work on your goals. That's how the people that are in their positions are in their positions. They had to sacrifice. And for me, it's just leaving that social media, so not watching so much TV and social media. That is the agenda that they have put in our face to deter us from what is really going on in America. We don't want to read a book. We want to listen to what somebody else tells us on Facebook or TikTok, on Instagram. if instead of going and listening and viewing it and finding out the information ourselves. So I challenge every black person this year of 2025, if you are like-minded such as myself, if you are up in age such as myself, and you have goals, let's work on and encourage these goals together. Let's do this together. That is my challenge. Limit your freaking energy you put to listening to negativity. Because soon enough, that's what you will become. Because you have consumed yourself with all that negativity. And that's just what was on my mind today. I just need
in 1 mile, take exit 6A on the right to Vermont Avenue and then keep right.
Better, because we know what we can do if we stand as one, and they know what that we can do if we stand as one, and they know they are rich because of who? The black people. We are the biggest consumers. Now we need to take our money and spend with people of color. And I say also those people of color who happen to make it, who happen, give back to your community. Can we give a round of applause to Kendrick Lamar? I've been following that dude for a long time, but the work his work ethic, the fact that he gives back to his community. You give back to your community. Everybody gives back to their community. We can get to a good place. There were times in that we had where we functioned as a community without the assistance of the U.S. government. Oklahoma, do your research. That could be done again. But I need people to consciously say, hey, let me limit my time on how much I'm going to give to these shenanigans. I myself, I ain't trying to really deal with it. I've already given up a lot of my reality shows because it's become to the point of,
take exit 6A on the right
if
to
I wanted to
Vermont
watch
Avenue and then
trash
keep right.
TV, then I would go to Bravo and watch the fighting and bickering and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thought on it. Again, I pray that
keep
everybody
right onto North Vermont Avenue and then turn right.
Great day.
Turn right
I
onto
pray
North
that
Vermont Avenue.
If you're dealing with depression or loss, that you seek help. It's okay to seek help.
Continue on current road for about 1 mile.
I just pray for everyone, because this world is going into hell in a handbasket. And me personally, I ain't trying to be in the handbasket. Yeah, I may want to, but I don't want to be up in there. So I'm going to end this video because I'm almost near work, and I hope this don't take forever. And I need to stop and get me some breakfast real quick. So I will talk to you guys again. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I love you. I hope those, I hope those that have, saw this video have liked it enough to comment, subscribe, share, put on your post notifications so you'll be aware of every video that is that a lie? That I put up. So again, peace and blessings and love. Y'all have a good day. Bye.